Hello everyone, KatManDood here with a brief history of my favorite spooky game, Maniac Mansion. I've been playing this game my whole life, and I like to take the time to play it at least once every Halloween season. While there are some minor spoilers in this video, I've tried to keep them to a minimum. There will still be plenty of surprises and enjoyment to be had should you decide to try this game out. Enjoy a brief history of Maniac Mansion. Maniac Mansion is a graphic adventure game created by Ron Gilbert and Gary Winnick and released by Lucasfilm Games in 1987 for the Commodore 64 and Apple II computer systems. It soon saw ports to several other home computers and the Nintendo Entertainment System. Maniac Mansion was an early point-and-click style adventure game, which came to replace the command line system used at the time in games such as Leisure Suit Larry from Sierra Online. In this new system, the player uses a point-and-click interface to guide their character through the two-dimensional world while solving puzzles, using 15 commands such as walk to, pick up, and use. This eliminated the need for the player to guess commands and allowed them to focus on the puzzles and stay immersed in the gameplay. This was also the first game to use the script creation utility for Maniac Mansion, or SCUM. This engine would be used to create many adventure games at LucasArts in the future. The player selects 2 characters out of a group of 6 to accompany the protagonist, and they all have unique abilities allowing for different ways to beat the game, allowing for their own endings. For example, Sid and Razor are musicians, Michael is a photographer, and Wendy is an aspiring novelist. They can all use these skills to their advantage to beat the game in different ways. The path through the mansion is non-linear and can be completed in many different orders and ways depending on who is in your group. There are many Easter eggs and jokes to be found in your travels through the mansion as well. While the development team worked hard to prevent no-win scenarios, a few dead ends did slip through as a result of the non-linear path and multiple characters and endings. I would call the story of Maniac Mansion comedy B horror. It all starts when Sandy Pants is kidnapped by the strange Dr. Fred Edison and brought to his mansion. Her boyfriend Dave Miller assembles a team of 2 friends to accompany him into the mansion and rescue Sandy. There they encounter Nurse Edna, Fred's wife, and their son, Weird Ed. There are also a green and purple disembodied tentacle, and of course, dead cousin Ted living in this humble abode. Obviously, shenanigans ensue. You learn Fred has been brainwashed by a sentient meteor, and then you rescue Sandy. Maniac Mansion saw a Famicom port in 1988 in Japan, published by Jaleco. This version had a cuter art style and shrunken rooms in general. There is no scrolling, and rooms bigger than a single screen are displayed with flip screens. It's also missing many background details and doesn't have a save feature. It instead uses a password over 100 characters long. In 1990, Jaleco again released an American version of Maniac Mansion on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is a much closer port than the Famicom effort, but all the graphics did have to be redrawn to run on the Nintendo. In addition, the censors at Nintendo demanded several different pieces of content to be cut from the game so it would conform to their strict standards policy of the time. In 2004, Maniac Mansion Deluxe, a fan-made and free-to-download version of the game, was released. It features 256 color VGA graphics, continuous background music, and digital sound effects. It can still be found online today. Maniac Mansion is not only one of my favorite adventure games, but a game that changed the landscape for all to follow. With a new interface, clever puzzle and character design, and great artwork and writing, it changed what this kind of game could be and would be in the future. It received a sequel in 1993 titled Day of the Tentacle. I hope you enjoyed this brief history of Maniac Mansion. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more video game content in the future.